This video is going to be very chaotic. Hello everyone, my name is Andrew and welcome back to my channel. So today for this video, I decided it would be kind of fun to read books solely like on the cover without like reading like the synopsis or whatever like the cover says. So like legit just by the picture, just by the way the book looks. And so that's the way I bought them. I didn't read any of the descriptions when I bought them. I went in person, like I went two of these books I bought from Target and one from Barnes & Noble. So I legit just went to the stores and picked out whichever book looked interesting to me. So the first book that I bought was She Is a Haunting. Look at this cover. Hello. Gorge. The next one I got Black Cake. Ooh. And the next one is Young Mungo. I think that's how you say it. I'm pretty sure it's Young Mungo, not Young Mungo. Well, how else would I say it? These are the books I'm going to be reading in this vlog. It's going to take me another week, I'm pretty sure. Because the last reading vlog took me 10 days. I'm pretty sure these books are going to be more interesting than Colleen Hoover's books. So this should be a more fast and more enjoyable time for me personally. But who knows? We'll see. So I'm going to be reading the little synopsis of it. Because it's my first time like reading it at all. So this to me looks like it's going to be like some sort of thriller. Like maybe psychological. Some sort of horror book. I'm not sure. But let's read it and find out. This house eats and is eaten. Okay. When Jade Wen arrives in Vietnam to visit her estranged father, she has one goal: survive 5 weeks pretending to be a happy family in the French colonial house Ba is restoring. She always lied to fit in, so if she's straight enough, Vietnamese enough, American enough, she can get out with the college money he promised. But the house has other plans. Night after night, Jade wakes up paralyzed. The walls exude a thrumming sound while bugs leave their legs, feelers in places they don't belong. She finds curious traces of her ancestors in the gardens that they once tended, and at night, Jade can't ignore the ghost of the beautiful bride who leaves cryptic warnings. Don't eat. Neither Bob nor her sweet sister Lily believe anything strange is happening. With help from a delinquent girl, Jade tries to expose the house's rotten appetite. A home, after all, is only as powerful as those who breathe new life into its bones. And this one is determined to never be abandoned again. Holy shit, this book sounds so good. Wait. Ooh, I'm excited for this one. This might be the first one I pick up, actually, now that I think about it. But let me read the other covers first. So, this is Black Cake now, so let's see what this one's about. We can't choose what we inherit, but can we choose who we become? In present-day California, Eleanor Bennett's death leaves behind a puzzling inheritance for her 2 children, Byron and Benny. A traditional Caribbean black cake made from the family recipe with a long history and a voice recording. In her message, Eleanor shares a tumultuous story about a headstrong young swimmer who escapes her island home under suspicion of murder. The heartbreaking tale Eleanor unfolds, the secrets she still holds back, and the mystery of a long-lost child challenge everything the siblings thought they knew about their identities and themselves. Can Byron and Bemmy reclaim their once close relationship, piece together Eleanor's true history, and fulfill her final request to share the black cake when the time is right? Will their mother revelations bring them back together or leave them feeling more lost than ever? Oh, this one sounds good too. Okay, so this one's more a literary fiction than the last one, than She Is a Haunting. I'm excited for this one too. Oh my god. I hope these books are good. If they're not good, I'm gonna cry. I don't want to cry. Unless it's from the book. Then yeah. So now this is Young Mungo. Acclaimed as one of the best books of the year by NPR, Kirkus Reviews, Time, and Amazon, and named a top 10 book of the year by the Washington Post. Young Mungo is a brilliantly constructed and deeply moving story of queer love and working class families by the Booker Prize-winning author of Shuggie Bain. Growing up in a housing estate in Glasgow, Mungo and James are born under different stars. Mungo, a Protestant, and James, a Catholic, and they should be sworn enemies. Yet against all odds, they fall in love as they find sanctuary and dream of escape in the penguin dovecote that James has built for his prize racing birds. But when Mungo's mother sends him on a fishing trip to a remote loch with 2 strange men, he will need all his strength and courage to find his way back to a place where he and James might still have a future. Ooh. This one's gonna break me. So this is a queer love story. Yeah, so those are the books I'm going to be reading in this vlog. I'm going to start with She Is a Haunting. That's the one I'm most excited for. So I think that's the shortest one. So I'm going to read this one last because it looks like the most heartbreaking. So I want to deal with the pain at the end. Yeah, so the first one I'm going to be reading is She is a Haunting. This one sounds really good, fun. I hope it's really good. I mean, I hope these books are good because I spend money on them. I don't like spending money on things I don't like. That's this one. This is the first one I'm going to be reading. I'm just rambling at this point. What else is new, right?
1 week later.
Okay, so it's been like a week. So yeah, it's been like a week since that first clip. I finished one book. I finished She is a Haunting. So let me just give you my quick thoughts on that. This book, I'm not gonna lie. At first, I wasn't like really like super into it. Like the beginning of the book was kind of a struggle for me to read through, but then it got super intriguing to where like it kept my attention the entire time, and I was just blazing through the book. Like I read through this book so fast. It's such a fun, interesting book. I haven't read anything really like it. It's a gothic core. Like hello. This book was just so fun. I gave this book 4 stars. This book follows this girl who goes visit her dad in Vietnam to just to visit her estranged father who she hasn't seen in like a few years, just so she can get money for college. And where her father is living, it's this old French house in Vietnam, and the dad's grandparents apparently used to work for them. So the dad bought the house and is trying to renovate it into a bed and breakfast, I think. But then things quickly turn into some freaky stuff. I don't want to say too much because then I'll be spoiling it. But if you want to read this book, I recommend it. I've been told, at least from the description of the book, it says perfect for fans of Mexican Gothic. So if you like that book, I personally haven't read it yet. So if you like that book, you might like this one too. And I personally really like this book. Like I said, the beginning was kind of tough, so don't let the beginning screw you. Try to power through. Once you get past that, the book gets really interesting and intriguing. It gets like fast paced like towards the end, I will say. That was fun. So I finished this book, and yeah, so that's it. She is a Haunting. And for this next one that I was planning to read, at least was trying to, was Young Mungo by Douglas Stewart. Let me just point this out. I do think the book is brilliantly written. It's beautiful. The writing style is unique, but I had to DNF it. The book wasn't bad. It's not bad. It's not a bad book. It's actually, on the contrary, I think it's really good. But the topics that this book discusses are so heavy for me personally that I'm just not in the right mental space for it. I didn't finish it. I was like, I think at the 200 page mark. And I couldn't do it anymore. It was like almost 200 more pages. And I was like, no, I can't. Like, I felt like I was just forcing myself to read this book, even though like it was making me sad. Like it was making me like feel like depressed. I shouldn't say depressed, but I don't know. That feels like the right word, but I just couldn't finish this book. Will I probably read it another time when I'm in a healthier mindset? Probably. I think I would want to. I do want to finish reading this book. It's really good. But I just couldn't do that to myself right now. So after that, I had to read something more happy to bring me up. 2 books done. Well, technically like 1.5, but so for the 3rd book, I am reading it. I'm reading it right now. I'm reading Black Cake by Charmaine Wilkinson. And so far, so good. I'm past 100 pages. I just passed the first 100 pages. One more thing before I go. If you do plan on reading Young Mungo, please look up the trigger warnings for this book. I kid you not. I was not expecting that when I picked up the book. There's a lot of crazy shit that happens in that book. I'm just going to leave it at that. But I'm reading Black Cake right now. I'll update you guys soon once I like halfway maybe, just so I can give you some of my thoughts for it. I'll see you guys soon. The book slid off my belly.
Alright, so it is the next day, and I finally finished reading all the books. I'm gonna start from the beginning and just let you know what I thought about every book and what they're about. So the first book is She is a Haunting. This was the first book I read in the vlog. I didn't like really update like at all throughout this vlog, which I should have, but I got busy and I just wanted to read the books. So I already kind of ran over what I thought about this book. Let me just reiterate some points. I did give this book 4 stars. I thought it was really good. Was it perfect? No. but for what it was, I really did enjoy it for the most part. I will say the beginning was kind of rough to get through, like, not gonna lie, like, just a little bit. Once I kept on going with it and just like fully like embraced it, I guess, like, it all connected to me. It was really good. I really enjoyed this one. So yeah, 4 stars for She Is a Haunting. And the next book, Young Mangum, I did not finish this one. It's not a bad book because it isn't. It's a good book. It's really well written. But personally, I just really couldn't put myself through it. There's a lot of graphic material in this book. If you ever do plan on reading this book, I really do highly suggest you look up the trigger warnings for this book, because goddamn, I should have. There's a lot of crazy stuff that happens in this book, and it was just very heavy. A lot of heavy material is discussed and shown in this book, I guess. But I will say that the author has a very interesting writing style. It's well written, it's beautiful, a lot of intention to detail. What the writing style can get a little boring too, not gonna lie. I was like about halfway through it when I just had to put it down. I just couldn't continue with this book. I feel like I need to be in the right mind space first of all, and not only that, but I just have to fully embrace this one. I just couldn't do it. The last book that I read was Black Cake, and this book is so good. It is really good. It's such a good book. So I didn't really run over this book, so let me explain it now that I know what it's actually about. This book follows this brother and sister, Byron and Benedetta, I think. Benedetta. It follows them after their mother has passed away, so like they reunite together because they haven't communicated to each other for like 8 years, I think. They reunite, they listen to a voice recording that their mom has left for them. The mother makes some shocking reveals. She tells them how they have a sister that they have no idea about, and she reveals a bunch of different details about her life that she hasn't told anyone except her husband, who passed away also. And yeah, and it goes back and forth between when she was alive and experiencing those issues, and then it also goes back to the timeline where her kids are listening to these recordings and just like fully processing it. Which, first of all, it's an interesting way of writing this book, in my opinion. So yeah, it's a really interesting writing style that this author has, because the writing is very beautiful. There is some triggering things in this book too, but it doesn't go into much detail, as much detail as Young Mungo did. That's why I wasn't off-put. And the tone in this book overall, way more hopeful than it is in Young Mungo. Young Mungo is depressing. Like, it really is. But yeah, I gave this book 4 stars. I think this book is great. There are some things that I just didn't love about this book, but overall, it's really good. It's like, I don't know, if you're ever interested in reading this book, I highly suggest it. I really recommend this one. It is enjoyable, it's fun, there's like a little mystery in a way, because like the kids don't know anything about their mother's lives at all. So it's just an interesting ride, but there's a lot of sadness that happens in this book too. So just keep that in your mind. But overall, this book is great. I really recommend this one. And those are all the books I've read. I don't know how long it took me to record this video, but those are all the books that I read for this little challenge I made for myself. Finished 2 of them out of the 3, which is more than a half. So that's a win in my book. That's it for this video, I guess. I'm sorry if this video is all over the place. I had no intention of doing that. If you like this video, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Also, leave me a comment down below about your thoughts about this video, whether you liked it or not, because I know it's all over the damn place. But yeah, that's it that I have for today. That's it. Goodbye.